first question is if I could talk a bit about Nath Yogis. They come across as very kind and the same as very short-tempered. So, what is the real deal here? The reason I can perhaps shed a bit of light on this matter is because part of my initiation is linked to that lineage of Nath Yogis. Their path has one rule which is never violated. So there is one symbol which every Nath Yogi must adhere to, among many others, but one is non-negotiable. And second, one rule which is also non-negotiable. So the symbol they must wear is earrings, kundala. They also used to be called the Kanfata yogis because they would have those piercings in their ears. Now, so it's not that when they would give somebody the Natha initiation, they would immediately give him the kundalas. It was a staged process. Sometimes it can take 6 years or 8 years before they would get the earrings. And in the beginning, those earrings would be made from mud. Earthen earrings baked in an oven. The idea is you will wear those and you will bathe and you will live and you will sleep with such compelling and extraordinary mindfulness that those earrings will not break. If you are sleeping and you turn on one side, it breaks. Your sadhana is compromised. Then they would give you the earrings again, depending on what the guru wants at that time. It could be that you're required to keep those earrings intact from anywhere between 1 to 12 years. And Natha Yogi are only ever supposed to stay in one place where their guru is. Otherwise, they are supposed to move around. They're not supposed to have their dwellings of their own. That's the first thing. Second, one thing that sums up the entire Natha tradition. That word is aadesh, which is order. When they go in front of their guru, they will simply say aadesh. They will not say Guruji or Nathji or anything. They will just say aadesh. Whatever the guru says, it's the equivalent of, in Punjab as well, it's a very prominent tradition when people go to the Satvachan. And all of the 10 gurus in Sikhism and all of Guru Nanak Dev's followers, they started it. They really magnified it. Whatever Guru Sahib said, Satvachan. There is no room for any return answer, any argument, any question. He said it, it's final. So just Satyavachan, that's true. Whatever said, it's true. So in Natha tradition, like in Rajasthan and related areas, all the kings and the people of status were called hukum or hukma. That you've said it, that's the way of addressing. So they would say aadesh. Even till date, they just say aadesh. Whatever the guru says, that's it. The answer is only aadesh. It's never, but can we not do this, or have you thought about this? But do we really need to do this? I mean, what about this and what about this, that and the other and so on? Those arguments till the cows come home. It was just one word, aadesh. Final. Aadesh means order. So that sums up the Natha tradition. I knew this very wonderful Nath Yogi, and he asked me that he had quit a good job and everything else, and he asked me that there is a chance that he might be given the kundalas. And he asked me, this is Purvashram, before I renounced, he said, should I go back to my guru, because he had his own place. And one time, a few people came and mugged him and robbed him, and they were about to slice his throat, because he lived in a very remote kind of place. They were about to slice his throat, and he said to me, he said, the only thing on my mind when that knife was put to my neck, the only thought I had on my mind back then was, I don't want to die without first serving my guru, without first getting initiated properly. That I have left everything I've taken on, will I die without my guru? So then those guys just walked away. They just robbed the entire place, took everything away, and they even were about to kick. He had an idol of Gorakshnath there, but he said, please, what will this accomplish? So they went away. So he met me after that, and he said, should I go? He said, there is only one thought, there is only one thing that stops me from going. He said, I had met my guru in a Kumbh Mela many years ago, and he had told me to come to him someday. He said, if I go there and he tells me to stay there and serve, I will have to do it, because I don't want to be a bad disciple. I don't want to say, sorry, but I only came for the kundalas, can I now go back to my place? I said, what do you want to do? He said, I absolutely want to be initiated into the next step, and I absolutely want to do whatever my guru tells me. I said, what is the confusion then? Are you going to get attached to this little place of yours? So he then sent a message through his brother. I was in a sadhana during those days, that he has left. And I was observing silence. And imagine this for a minute. I mean, he was a saint. I was in normal clothes, but I was doing a certain sadhana. On the last day, I had to go to his little ashram, because I gave him a word during my sadhana when he came to meet me. I said, okay, I will visit. So his brother was a senior police officer. So he came with his security and in his official car. He said, I have to take you to that place, and so saint has said it. I went there, and this saint called his brother, and he said, can you please give me the phone? But I said, look, obviously I am observing silence. I won't be able to speak anything anyway. He said, please tell him just he can tap on the phone, that he's heard me, that's all, just once, a tap. So he just said, he welcomed me basically, that please welcome to my place, I'm sorry I'm not there. And he said, I took your word, and I came to my guru, and for now my guru has asked me to stay here. And that was that. Then his brother came. Remember, I was in sadhana, and my feet were muddy, because I walked, like his place had no road connectivity. So the car had stopped much earlier. After that I'd walked. So there was so much dust on my feet, because I was almost barefoot, like with my slippers, I think that's all, that flip-flops. He washed my feet, and I was very hesitant for him to do that. I was not a saint, and I was a nobody. He washed my feet, and then I thought, he would throw it or something. I had washed countless times Brahmins' feet during Brahma Bhoj, and I would take a sip, just symbolic. And he immediately took the thing and he put it to his mouth and he drank it before I could stop him. And I felt so bad, and I also thought how unhygienic, there could be germs and so on, but none of that worked. And I said, I was quiet, I could not say much. And he said, no, my brother told me you must do that to him, because he's just finished his sadhana, just drink everything. And I said, I couldn't say much. I was in silence and I was in no mood to just write something. Now, it's been many, many years, more than a decade. And that saint, Nath Yogi, is still serving his guru at that place. His guru asked him to stay because he had quit a job. He said, "You're educated, I'm going to assign you a job, responsibility here, look after that." And he's in Gorakhpur. So he, till date, it's been more than a decade, he is still serving there because of that one word, aadesh. And you tell me then, how can there be anything else but liberation for somebody who is so sincere on the